Live a life full of purpose. And that's the message I want you guys to take with you. Don't live an accidental life. Leave here today with goals and with dreams. With everything in you telling you not only to fall, but to get back up, dust yourself off, and continue to achieve greatness. You being here today proves that you're not a quitter, that you can do anything, and that you want better for yourself. So don't just let it stop here. Your life begins today. Leave a mark in the world worth something. Leave a footprint in the sand for others to want to follow. Live your life to the fullest because you only get one chance. We made it this far, and there is no limit to how much further we choose to go.
Amen.
So I leave you with this today. Live your life according to how you make it. Have no regrets. Make your success limitless, and just make it worth it. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Welcome, honored guests, parents, students. My name is Donna Scott, and I am the proud principal of Phoenix High School. It is my pleasure tonight to recognize some special guests. Before I recognize them, I want to say to you that I was asked by a colleague, what is a graduation at Phoenix High School like? And I said to them, it's very, very special. We never have students misbehave or act anything but with deep integrity because our students feel like they've won the lottery. So welcome to an incredible celebration of spirit, perseverance, and pride. I would like to recognize, as I've already stated, some very special guests. I would like to begin by recognizing Nancy Ward, who works with the Gwinnett Student Leadership Team. Welcome, Ms. Ward. I would like to recognize Dr. Patty Heitmuller, who also works with this special group and is a former principal of Gwinnett County Public Schools. Dr. Heitmuller. And next, I would like to introduce Dr. Nikki Mouton, who is a specialist in curriculum and instruction and is an executive director in our system. Welcome. And certainly, three guests that are very special. I would first of all like to recognize our beloved Louise Radlaw. Ms. Radlaw. Dr. Kevin Cashline, who is an Associate Superintendent for Gwinnett County Public Schools. Dr. Cashline. And Mr. Ed Shaddix, Assistant Superintendent for High Schools. These people are here tonight to share our celebration, and a couple of them will make some remarks for us, and I would like to begin by introducing, before I introduce this very special lady, I want to remind you that Gwinnett County Public Schools is in the running again for the Broad Prize. We have been nominated 3 times. We have won it once, which was in 2010, and one of the reasons that Gwinnett County Public Schools is special is because we have a board and a group of leaders that support Phoenix High School. Phoenix High School is a school like no other in the entire Southeast, and I would argue in the nation. And one of the reasons this incredible high school exists is because of the love and the efforts of Ms. Radloff.
Students, parents, guests, because Phoenix exists, you will walk across tonight and receive a Gwinnett County Public School high school diploma. You will be able to reach your goals and your dreams as you move on, and I am certainly proud of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in public education, and I believe in schools like Phoenix. And on the Gwinnett County Board of Education, we believe that every child has a right to a quality education. And that certainly exists here at Phoenix, a very, very unique school. But you know, that always wasn't the case. If you turn the clock back to when Phoenix was just a dream, I can remember standing up against an old truck at Parkview High School with an assistant principal called Robert Campbell. We used to talk about, we need a school. We need a school for kids who just don't, for whatever the reason, fit into the regular high school. So we addressed this to the school board and to the superintendent at that time. And I said, let's go ahead and pilot one. We began to pilot one at Norcross High School. And it really was not accepted very well. Our kids were a little bit different. Some of them had some purple hair and some earrings or different kinds of clothing. And again, it was a different era. At that time, we moved it on. We piloted it at Maxwell and also at Meadow Creek. And I asked my fellow board members, will you support putting on a bond issue so that we can ask the citizens of this county to endorse and give us permission to build this unique high school, which at that time had no name. The board and superintendent agreed. And we went to the public, and the public did not support it. They voted it down. I didn't blame the public. I blame myself and others. We did not do a good enough job sharing with what a special school, this unnamed school, would be. A couple of years later, we went back to the citizens of Gwinnett County again, and we described what this school ought to be like. Will you support a school that will be open to young people so that they can be successful, that they can do their dream and their goal, and maybe they just did not fit into the regular high school? The citizens said yes. And today, the Phoenix High School that we know in Lawrenceville, Georgia, is the Phoenix High School that has served so many hundreds and hundreds of young people, and they have gone on to reach their goal and their dream. Robert Campbell was a dreamer, and today I'm sure that he is smiling as we celebrate this graduation. Robert was the first death on Ronald Reagan Parkway. He was riding a bicycle, and today, as we celebrate this graduation, I know in my heart and my soul that he is with us. So young people, be successful, believe in public education, and as Ms. Scott had mentioned, that the Broad Prize is being considered for Gwinnett County schools. But I also want to remind you that tomorrow is an election day. If you support public education, if you support the needs of young people within our county, and we live in a very rich, culturally diverse county, I implore you to look at the candidates that are up for office. If Gwinnett is to continue to grow and to serve and meet the needs of a changing community, we need facilities. We need different kinds of schools, and they are coming on board to meet the different communities that we serve. I believe in these young people that sit on this stage tonight, and I believe in public education. And I believe that only in America can this be reached as we know it today. But we need the people. We need the people behind us to support us. So understand that we meet the needs of every child that comes to our door. We have great administrators and teachers, and particularly here at Phoenix, they have an amazing staff. A staff that just loves their students, and your students will tell you that. I am very proud to be here tonight. I'm very proud of Robert Campbell and the fact that he had a dream and a goal. I'm very proud of public education in Gwinnett County. And I ask you to support our young people and to support us as we do our job for the future of America. Thank you.
Mrs. Radloff, thank you for the perfect segue into a very special group of people that I want to recognize before our next speaker. Mrs. Radloff talked about what a special faculty and staff we have, and indeed we do. I think these students would share with you, if they had the opportunity, that one of the reasons they have been able to accomplish their goal is because of what I think is the best faculty and staff in Gwinnett County. Please stand, Phoenix faculty and staff, and join me in recognizing this very special group. My pleasure now to introduce to you Dr. Kevin Tashline. Dr. Tashline was the principal at Phoenix High School prior to my appointment there. And join me, please, in honoring and recognizing Dr. Cashline.
Good evening. I had the privilege of being principal of Phoenix High School in 2008, and as I followed the progress over the years, it's wonderful to see that the focus is still on an outstanding staff. If you notice, the first group that Ms. Radloff looked at when she began her remarks was she spoke directly to the graduates, directly to the students. And I'm particularly pleased to know that this happens, quite frankly, with a very willing partnership between parents who have worked with their students in a variety of ways and have found out for whatever reason a non-traditional high school education is where their student, their son, their daughter, their loved one will thrive. It's very pleasing to know that 26 years later, the group of students that sit here before you exhibit the same types of characteristics. They accept full responsibility for their education, for their successes, for their shortcomings. And as they walk across and get their diploma tonight, students know that this is the same diploma that every other student in Gwinnett County is earning. It's very well earned. Please know how proud I am of what you've done tonight. Students, if you would humor me, since I've been invited to speak, there's something I would do all the time when I was principal. I'd ask the students to stand and thank to their crowd, their parents. Without this partnership, guys, this would not have happened. So if you could join me congratulating your parents, your guardians, your loved ones. That would please everybody great. Thank you. Again, enjoy the evening, please. It's a very special night. And know that another 25 years from now, as Ms. Radloff has shared, with your support of public education and this push toward making sure students have the environments they need to be successful, the willingness to accept responsibility and stretch themselves, our country is in incredible hands. And I think our future is very bright indeed with this partnership between willing, caring, dedicated educators, parents and guardians, and students. That's a perfect combination for success. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you this evening, and enjoy the rest of your ceremony here and celebrating our graduates. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Emily Heend, and I am a math teacher at Phoenix High School. The famous actress Ann Baxter once said, "It is best to have failure early in life. It wakes up the phoenix bird in you so that you may rise from the ashes." Miss Baxter's words perfectly capture what makes Phoenix such a special place. Twice each year, we gather to celebrate the ability of these young adults to rise above adversity and succeed as students. It is with sincere pleasure that I present this year's Robert Campbell Scholarship, which honors the founder of Phoenix, whose mission was to invest in the future. It is awarded at each graduation to a student who is a shining example of a true Phoenix, one who works to meet and even surpass many difficult academic and personal goals. The recipient of this year's award is one of the most hardworking and independent students that I've had the pleasure to teach. In situations where many would simply give up, this student found the strength to persevere. Her personal challenges have helped mold her into a capable, confident young woman who will, because of her incredible drive, accomplish all that she desires for herself. Tonight, we send this graduate to a college of her choice. Her positive attitude in difficult situations will, I'm sure, help her to excel as she realizes her dream of becoming a nurse in the field of pediatric oncology. I am very proud to announce that the recipient of this year's Robert Campbell Scholarship is Yariana Hernandez. Yariana's name will be placed on a plaque along with previous and future recipients of this scholarship. The plaque is displayed in the commons area of the school. Please again join me in congratulating Yariana.
About this time, I was a young, excited, naive girl who couldn't wait for her first day of high school. I couldn't wait to get my locker and my textbooks and find out my schedule. And oddly, I couldn't wait to get my first assignment because it would mean that I was learning something again. That day eventually came, and high school was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It wasn't the glorified TV version that I'd grown up watching, where everyone, even the school outcast, had 27 friends, was in every club, and had near-perfect grades. I found out that high school could be extremely political and cliquish, and if you were even a tad bit different than people expected you to be, you just didn't fit in anywhere. So over the course of 2 years, I went from loving school, having A's and B's on every report card, and having friends, to being the school outcast. School became so miserable for me that I started getting F's on tests, D's on assignments, and finally got my very first B on a report card, a 79.47. I remember that grade to this day because the teacher always said it would be a lesson. I would sit in my car and cry before school because I just didn't want to walk in between those two doors. I was slipping. I was a shell of myself, and my path was going nowhere but down at my old school. I finally told my mom how I truly felt, and I asked her to let me try Phoenix. Just 1 minute. Please, if it doesn't work, I'll go back, I promise, I begged. She let me. Within 1 week, my path was going nowhere but up. And within 1 minute, I had friends again. I made straight A's, and I looked forward to getting up in the morning and going and learning again. My family, and especially my mom, could tell an immediate difference in everything I did. I joined the Gwinnett Student Leadership Team. I started reading again. I laughed and I learned like I hadn't in years. Phoenix did that. The faculty and staff taught me again that yes, I can reach any goal that I set for myself. Thanks to all of them, my late Aunt Sherry, my Aunt Kimmy, my grandma, and especially my kind, smart, important mom. I made it into my dream college. And I did it with an academic scholarship. And I'll continue on to medical school where I'll either become a physician's assistant or an actual doctor. I'm not sure which yet I'll choose, but the beauty of that choice is that I know that I can. I have the power, the confidence, and the ability to do so. Phoenix gave me back the power that I'd lost, the confidence that I'd lost. Phoenix gave me back control over my life and my future. Phoenix gave all of us control over our futures again. While we were all spiraling on our own unique paths, Phoenix stopped us, steadied us, and pointed us in the direction we wanted to go and gave us the tools we needed to get there. And here we are, graduation day. One milestone on each of our unique paths. Congratulations, class of 2014. We did it.
Started off his seminar by holding up a $20 bill. And the room was 200. He asked, who wants this $20 bill? Immediately, hands went to the air. He said, okay, I'll give you this $20 bill. But first, let me do this. And he proceeded to crumble the $20 bill in his hand. He then put it back in the air and said, who still wants this $20 bill? Still hands were in the air. So he said, okay, let me do this. Then he threw it on the ground and smudged it into the dirt. He then picked it back up and said, who still wants this $20 bill? And even after all that, hands were still in the air. He said, my friends, today you learned a very valuable lesson. No matter what I did to this $20 bill, you still wanted it because it did not lose its value. It still was $20. It still was a $20 bill. A lot of us have been crumpled into the ground, thrown into the dirt, felt like we were worthless. But I'm here to tell you today that it doesn't matter what you've been through, or what setbacks came to you up to this point. You made it here today as a 2014 Phoenix High School graduate.
Right.
Now take a minute and think for a second. All the bonds you've made up to this point, all the knowledge you've learned, even if you don't see the point of it now, think of how you've matured over your high school career. But most of all, think of all the new opportunities you've gotten just by getting a little sheet of paper with your name on it and a little knowledge.
Right.
At this moment, you just finished a chapter in a book called Life. Something you can take from this, no matter what your personal endeavors may be, whether it be college, the workforce, or join the military, you were strong enough to make it through. Just take a look at your journey up to this point and ask yourself, am I wrong? Victor Kai once said, even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. And Lindsey Vonn once said, when you fall, you get right back up. These two quotes together show you that you have to keep moving forward. And even if you fall on your face, you get right back up and keep moving on. Rome was not built in a day, your success will not be either. But you can use this foundation, this graduation day, as a foundation for your future. Graduates, today I leave you with these final words of encouragement. Never give up, never give in, and always push through to the end. And to all the graduates, we have acquired greatness. Because in the words of Barack Obama, yes we did. Yes we can. And I'll say, in the words of Barack Obama, yes we can. And I say today, yes we did. So congratulations to all the 2014 Phoenix High School graduates.
Seniors, tonight I wish to share with you some good advice from a Gwinnett favorite, Dr. Tim Elmore. Dr. Elmore is the author of Habitudes. He shares 6 points of wisdom for the graduates. Number 1, break out of the herd mentality to influence others in a positive way. I can assure you that there is not a single student sitting on this stage that's a part of the herd mentality. They are each unique individuals. Create an environment that is positive for your goals. You have done that by choosing Phoenix High School. You have done that by attending every day despite a very rigorous attendance policy. You have created an environment in working with this fine faculty and staff. Continue to develop the skills to become self-directed in what your aspirations and goals are. Students, you know what it took for you to get to school every day, despite bringing a small one with you on the transit system and sometimes being on a bus for 2 hours, or being at school no matter what, for remaining focused no matter what. Raise empathy and minimize bullying. One of the things that I would like everyone to leave here tonight knowing is in 6 years as the principal of Phoenix High School, there has not been one single incident of bullying. Not one single incident. These students, they do deserve applause for that. These students, at every single new student orientation, I always say, we celebrate the unique individuality of every student. We celebrate the unique individuality of each student. You have a stage full of unique individuals. Capitalize on personal strengths until you are career and college ready. These students, perhaps more than any other group of high school students, have shown that they have the skills to be college and career ready. And last but not least, continue developing your critical thinking skills that will produce and continue to produce good life choices. It is with great pleasure that I applaud your efforts, and parents, in the words of Dr. Tashline, we thank you as well. So please join me as we now individually recognize each of our graduates.
Maria Acuna. Paulina Arcos. Carissa Bailey. Devontae Baldwin. Steve Barbosa. Wahida Bashari. Blanca Bello. Jason Benitez. Nicholas Bowers. Charlotte Bradley. Candace Bullock. Lola Tijani. Jose Vargas. Veronica Vasquez. Jessica Vasquez. Corey Warman. Janisha Wiley. Chelsea Wilkerson. Anthony Wilson.
By the power bestowed upon me, I grant you, students, all the benefits and privileges of your diploma. Congratulations, class of 25.